Test, test, test.
Right, we are at game number 4 at the Lumberjack tournament in Blaine. It's the CCH Stormhawks versus the Moorhead Spuds, the potato factory. Up the boards it goes. Can't quite chip it out. Not on the blue line. Spuds are in white. Stormhawks are in their dark jerseys. Brant Nickel and Blake Van out there to start. Brant kicks it up to Blake Van on the skates. He's going to come through. Into the corner he goes. Gets tied up by Moorhead. They try and bank it off the boards. They can't get it out. It's going to be gathered by Blake Van Nichols. Nickel goes behind the net. Off the back of the net. Blake Van's there. He centers it out front. No one's there to get a puck on it, and it's batted right back into the zone. Off the boards, Thorpe pinches, and it comes back. Moorhead comes through. They try and drive. Oh, he's going to be pulled down by Zeltinger on a hold as I saw the tug of the jersey. And the Stormhawks will go on the penalty kill at 13:02. Stormhawks are down 1-6 player, so they'll be doubling up at certain positions on the ice. Penalty kid out there, kill is Nutter and Kleva. Spuds work it high in the center. Push down low to break, and Lindell out there at D. In the corner it goes. Sorry, it was Thorpe that got the hold, not Zeltinger. Lindell or Nutter's going to pick it up. He's going to skate it out into the Spud zone, dumps it deep into the corner, gives a light chase, and then retreats back to the defensive position. Intercepted by Kleva. Kleva can't work it through 4. And they're going to work it, but Spuds are going to work it back. They enter the zone and get it deep, where it's picked up by Lindell. Off the boards, Lindell's able to clear it out of the zone, and they're going to go for a switch. Spuds have it, and they lose the zone and have to regroup. McNabb tries to pick it, does a good job there. Olin Van out there as well. Olin Van causing some chaos. And the Spuds are able to dump it down behind Wibstead and net. On the boards it goes. McNabb's there. They're trying to get a little body contact. 22 seconds remaining on the penalty kill. And the Stormhawks are going to be able to clear it out into the neutral zone. Spuds can't enter, and they're going to be offsides due to number 8 getting taken out in the play. 11-13 in the first period, 0-0. Shots not being tracked on the board. 12 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. We got Rotunda out there with Van, Blake Van. Over to Zeltinger. Zeltinger pushes it out in front, right out in front. Shot high above Webstead. Moorhead tries to feed it in front. It's going to be picked off by Nickel. Nickel's going to get it up to Rotunda. Moorhead spins it back. Nickel has it, tries to get it to, Rotunda has it. Nickel has it. He's going to pass over to Van. Van's going in one-on-one all alone. He was looking for someone, realized he was alone. Behind the net it goes. Brant can't handle it. Takes it off the boards. Down low. Takes a shot. Rebound right there. Crashes the net. And they get a whistle. That's the first good scoring opportunity for the Stormhawks. 10-17. Nutter, Nickel, Brandt, Lindell into breakout there. Draw is won by Moorhead, banked off the boards, but not cleared. Shot, wide of the net, into the corner it goes. Lindell's going to pinch. Down low to Nutter. Nutter tries to get it to the point, intercepted by Moorhead, and they're going to skate it out. Brandt, nice back check, and they're going to be offsides. Face off outside the Stormhawk zone. Nickel on the draw, gets over to Nutter, stuck in his skates, peeled off by Moorhead. They enter the zone, they go wide on Zeltinger, fans on the shot. Pushed up the boards, Brandt gets it. He's going to bank it off the boards up to Nickel. Nickel's got Nutter and Brandt. Crossing it to Nutter. Oh, good job! Nice job by all three of those guys, banking it off the boards, getting it to Nickel. Nickel pulling the defenseman wide, getting it over to Nutter. And Nutter able to put it into the upper corner. And that puts the Stormhawk up 1-0 at 9:39. Switch them. Switch them. Nickel on the draw. Moorhead wins it. They regroup with their D. Chipped into the zone behind Webstead. Break's got to go. Got some pressure from Moorhead. Thorpe has it. He's going to try and get it over to Zeltinger. They're going to go behind Webstead again, or at least down low to the line. Feed up to Brandt.
Assisted by number 24, Hudson Nickel. Number 422. Nutter from Nickel at 4.
All the way across. Tries to get it to Brandt in the air. Thorpe to Nickel. Nickel's going to dump it in deep, and they're going to go for a switch. As Moorhead's deep in their zone. Pass to Moorhead to the wing. He comes to the center. They come down in a line. They're able to maintain the zone. Takes a shot on Webstead. Stick and pad kick to the side. And back out into the neutral zone. Moorhead hits their wing and they're able to come in. Clava's riding them out. Lindell's going to get it. It's a race for it. There could be a big collision. DeBrake has it. He's going to get it to Blake Van. Blake Van's going to dump it in deep. Off the boards. DeBrake is still there. Finally out into the neutral zone. Well, where Lindell controls it. He gets taken down on a trip, and Moorhead's going to the box at 7:57 of the first period. And this will be the first power play opportunity for the Stormhawks.
Where's Olin?
Huh? Olin's here. Heinz isn't here. We have a Nutter, Olin, Van, and Rotunda out at the forwards. We have Zeltinger and Thorpe at the point. Zeltinger has it high. Goes low to Nutter. Out high to Zeltinger. Rotunda's sitting in front. Over to Nutter.
A lot of people filling that. Give a shot.
There's a shot. Blocked by the pads. Kicked out. Zeltinger has it. Gets it over to Nutter. Nutter's going to kick it over to Olin Van. Olin Van's going to dump it deep with Nutter and Rotunda chasing. On the boards it goes. Nutter's going to cycle it low. Back to Nutter. To Thorpe. They got two in the same spot. Thorpe skates it low down to Olin Van. He can't quite handle it. Zeltinger has it. Still in the zone, and he loses the zone. And they have to regroup. Thorpe makes a move and brings it into the zone. They reset again. Oh, Thorpe tried to hit Nutter, and it was intercepted by Moorhead. 45 seconds remain on the man advantage. Long pass up to Nutter. Nutter's going to dump it in deep and go for a change. Contact made by Blake Van. Down low it goes behind Webstead. Lindell's going to get it. Blake Van can't handle it cleanly. Brandt gets it, poked away. Up to Nickel. Nickel has it. He's going to go far side to Blake Van. It's behind him. High stick is going to be called, as Nickel was a little bit above the shoulder on that play. 5:55. It'll be a face-off inside the Stormhawk zone to the glove side of Webstead. Both teams are at full strength, 5-on-5. Draw is one, not controlled, and now it's controlled by them. They get it to Brandt. Brandt can't quite handle it. He's in the zone. He gets it over. Oh, he tried to feed Van on the far side. Just off his stick. Van pushes it out to the point. Kept in. In the corner it goes. It's chased. And out into the neutral zone where Moorhead gains control. They have odd man number. He fanned on the pass. Zeltinger was there. Brandt's able to knock someone down. Zeltinger is going to skate it up. Gets it to Van. Van has trouble controlling it cleanly and dumped down low where Clava chases. Behind the net of Moorhead, they go D to D. They still have control as they're looking for the breakout, which is being clogged a little bit by the Stormhawks. Finally, it's out into the neutral zone. They can't catch a pass today. Having difficulty catching passes today cleanly. Far side to McNabb. McNabb's able to chip it up behind him and push it in. Clava's going to go in after it. Provides a little body contact. As Moorhead comes out, they have a guy floating up behind the defense. Comes in. Moorhead spud. 1-on-4, which is unsuccessful for him. Lindell behind the net. It's going to get it to Nutter at the wing. Up to Clava at center. Clava comes down the near side. Goes deep. He's going to be ridden out by two Moorhead spuds. As the spuds are able to break it back out of their zone. Spuds dump it in deep. Down at the goal line where Webstead is. They're able to control at this point. Doing some movement. Lindell's trying to tie him up, but they're able to stick handle out of it. Finally, Clava's going to be the first to it. He chips it over to McNabb, but not high enough out of the zone. Moorhead gains control. Body contact. Hit him. Moorhead is just controlling the puck. He's able to skate around. They finally get it out to the point. There's a shot on Webstead. It's stick directed into the corner. He was ready for it. To break finally gets it with a little bit of time and movement. And McNabb goes a long pass over to Nutter. He can't control it cleanly. Shot in on Webstead. He's going to control it. Passes a little bit behind Rotunda. And the Stormhawks are just off on their passes. Moorhead has it in their zone. They regroup. D to D they go. Ooh, someone lost an edge. Van is there. That's Blake Van on the boards. He loses it. Lindell is there to chip it out. And this is a neutral zone game right now a little bit. And finally dumped in behind Webstead. Where the Stormhawks gain control. Zeltinger's there. He gets it picked because he's ridden off by a body check. Lindell gets it. He's going to chip it off the boards, but a little high and into the Stormhawks bench at 2:05 of the first period. Rotunda at center, along with Blake Van and both Vans. Into the zone, it's gathered by Blake Van. He picks it off the boards. He's got Rotunda up front. Can't get it to him. Now he gets out to Rotunda, jumps off his stick, unable to fire that puck. As Moorhead comes down a 1-on-2. Now a 2-on-2. They centered out front, intercepted, banked along the boards, off the glass, not out of the zone. And Moorhead knocks it in deep again. 1:30 to play in the first. Stormhawks up 1-0. Off the boards, still in the zone, but it's going to be picked up by Zeltinger, who gets it to Blake Olenvan. Olenvan gets dropped. As Moorhead starts to break out, Nickel is there. He gets a stick on it. Lindell behind the net to regroup.
1 minute remaining period, 1 minute.
Up to Brandt. Brandt goes to the center, tries to slide. And Moorhead comes back onto break. They center it. It's a 2-on-1, and they're able to put it in. Didn't see any other Stormhawks in the area besides the one defenseman that committed. And that ties the game at 42 seconds left in the first, 1-1. Nutter, Nickel, Brandt out there along with Tabrake and Lindell at the points. Face-off won by Nickel, back to Tabrake, over to Lindell. Up to Nutter. They're going to enter the zone. Nickel takes a shot. Down low it is. Brandt has it. He kicks it out front to Nickel. No one's there. Nutter's going to pick it up.
Assisted by number 11, Brady Nicholson. Time to go, 13-18.
And then Moorhead comes down. It's a 1-on-1 on Tabrake. Takes a shot. High above Webstead. Can't get it out. Moorhead centers it. No one's there. Nutter has it. He's going to get it to Nickel. Nickel's going to go in. He's going to take a shot off the blocker. And that's going to end the period here with the score tied 1-1 after 1. Start of the second period, 14 minutes on the clock, tied 1-1. Stormhawk in dark, Moorhead in white. Fairly even game at this point. Down behind Stormhawks goal line, picked up by Zeltinger, over to McNabb. He can't handle it cleanly. Down low, they reverse direction. McNabb's going to be the first one there. He's going to hit Blake Van. Blake Van comes in. He's got Kleva. Takes a shot. Rebound. Bounces right out front. Kept in by Thorpe. Low, where Van races to the corner. Van gets knocked down. Moorhead's able to push it in deep by our defense, but they play him well in the corner. Van's going to go over to McNabb's going to go to Van. Van takes a shot, blocked out of the defense. McNabb chases. It's a one-on-one battle in the corner. Finally, Moorhead kicks it up. Break's able to get a stick. Rotunda's able to get a stick. And Moorhead's just going to dump it in neat behind Webstead. Moorhead goes for a change. If they push it up, Break's going to come in. He pushes through. And he takes the defense down. He wants a stick back. Defenseman definitely was not ready for that. Nice drive. Face off inside the zone, glove side. Rotunda at center along with Olin, Van, and Nutter at the sides. Face off won by Moorhead. Pushed it down. Break is there. To pinch. Nutter's going to scoop it up. Loses it a little bit on the edge of the boards. And Moorhead comes out with Rotunda chasing. Out into the neutral zone where Lindell grabs it. Going to be picked up by Nutter. Nutter's going to cross it. Picked up by Break. Break's going to dump it in deep. Nutter's going to gain control in the corner. And he's going to dump it in deep. To Break back into the neutral zone. Off the boards he goes. Nickel is there along with, Moorhead chips it down. They got a one-on-one at this point. Takes a shot. Heil Wimstead. He went for the far corner and missed the entire net. Thorpe is there to give a little body check. Nickel has it. He tries to chip it up to Olin Van. He just can't get it, and Moorhead spins it into the Stormhawk zone. Wide they go. To Break out enough to push him off his angle. Van's going to get it up. Flip it down into the zone. Nickel is going to chase. Brandt has it. He tries to get it out. Controlled by Blake Van. Brandt is there. Nickel is there. And it comes out to the neutral zone. Zeltinger regroups with Thorpe. Down low it goes. Zeltinger has it. He's going to get it to Brandt. Brandt's going to chip it up. Nickel is going to be the first one there, I believe. Ooh. And they call the icing. So it'll be a face-off inside the Stormhawk zone. 10:38 on the game clock. Face-off to the blocker side of Wibstead. Draw is won by Moorhead and kicked way out into their zone. Brandt chases. Gives a little body contact. Going to try and get it out. Intercepted by Van. Van's going to dump it in zone. He gets clobbered. Push long. Liddell's able to keep it. Brandt gets it to Van. Van in the slot. Brandt has it. Gets it over to Break. Break's going to take a shot. Oh! Good passing play. Break had the upper corner, but the glove was made by Moorhead. 10:05 in the second, still tied 1-1. Clava at center along with McNabb and Nutter at his side. Clava goes forward. Can't quite get it to his signature thing to Nutter. Intercepted in the neutral goal and dumped into the Moorhead zone. McNabb lays a little contact. Clava's able to pick it up. Tries to work it in the center, and he's ridden off. Back to the point it goes. Shot, nice and low. Delayed penalty here on the Spuds as they kick it out. And it's going to be a cross check on number 15. Cross check on number 5, 6. I can't tell. Number 5. Cross check. It's another power play opportunity for the Stormhawks. Draw is 1. Kick back to the point. Zeltinger has it over to the side. Shot right on. Rebound right there. Thorpe has it. He tried to cross it to McNabb. Clava has it down low over to Nutter. McNabb sitting in front. Clava can't handle it.
Number 5, Kaden Grove, score cross check.
Down low. McNabb's going to be able to get it. It's pushed along the boards. Moorhead can't clear it. In the slot, there it is. Clava has it. Takes a shot, blocked by the defense, and finally chipped out and down the ice, and it should be an icing at 8:58 with 1:20 to go in the power play opportunity. Stormhawks look like fresh legs for the entire power play here with both Vans and Rotunda out there along with DeBrake and Lindell. DeBrake right in the center. Up high, he's going to go to Lindell. Lindell back to DeBrake. You got one in front, Rotunda. Over to Van. Van's going to take a shot off the skates. Tied up. Olin Van has it. Banked off the boards to Blake Van. Blake Van has control. No one's on him. Going to go low to his brother. Over to the side to Lindell. To break over to Van. Oh, he had an opportunity. Little seam there.
Gotta take a shot, guys. You can't keep passing.
Van still has it. He loses it.
Shoot the puck.
Van brings it in. He's going to regroup, set up, gets it to break. To break has it. Shot. Kick saved by the goaltender. Down low it goes. Off the back of the net. Pushed up the boards to Lindell. 8 seconds remaining in the power play opportunity. To break has it. Back to Lindell. Down low. They got Van on the side. Oh, they got to move it quicker. And Moorhead's at full strength. Skate it. Skate it. Takes a shot. Push to the side. And Moorhead kills off the power play with only, I think, 2 shots or 2 shot attempts.
We're going back on the power play. Get somebody to shoot out there. Yeah, Black.
And power play again at 7:19. Nickel, Nutter, Brant, along with Zeltinger and Thorpe, face off to the blocker side of the Moorhead Spud. Inside their zone. Nutter on the draw. Nutter wins the draw back. Going to be controlled by Nickel, or by Thorpe. Zeltinger over to Nickel. Nickel has it. Up high to Zeltinger. Brant and Nutter both in front of the net.
Minor penalty to Moorhead, number 15, Donovan Louise.
Down low to Nutter. Nutter's going to get it to Nickel. Up high. Back down low. Nutter has it. Zelter. Zelter takes a shot. Kick to the side. And Moorhead's able to get it out. They got a 2-on-1 at this point. Takes a shot at Webstead. Rebound, push wide. And they're going to try and break it out again. And the net is off its bearing at 1:06 remaining in the power play opportunity, 6:25. Face off outside the zone. Clava, McNabb, and Olin Van. Blake Van. Controlled in the neutral zone to break to Lindell. Lindell's going to get it up to Blake Van and tips it. Spuds sit up behind their net. They can't clear it. Finally, Clava has it. They got some control. To break up high to Clava. Clava down low. Clava on the side. Down low. Tries to hit the guy in the slot. Good try. Fanned on the pass. And the Stormhawks got to go 200 feet to get back into the zone. Break makes a move, loses footing due to the forecheck of Moorhead. McNabb has it. He's going to skate it up. He's going to go far side to Blake Van. He can't handle it cleanly. He hustles in after him, though. Played along the boards. Lindell's going to keep it in. Back to Clava. Clava drops it to Lindell. He wasn't quite ready for it. Battle along the boards, and the power play is over. Moorhead comes out. They got a guy up front. They got to hurry. He's coming in. Takes a shot on Webstead. He makes the save, and the Moorhead Spud ends up in the net at 5:05.
Working on the weekend like usual. They are tripping deep in like usual.
Face off to the glove side of Webstead inside the zone. Score is still 1-1. Rotunda on the draw. Goes back to the point. Spuds have it down low behind the net. There's pushing in the corner. Little body contact by Rotunda. Spuds try to center it out front. That's blocked by Zeltinger. Behind the net, the Spuds still control it. They need a little help as they pitch it out to the defense, and the defense dumps it in low where they have two guys sitting. It comes through the slot, and finally they get it out. Thorpe's going to skate it up. He's got Nutter, and he just decides to dump it in deep. Off the boards it goes, and Spuds come right back, and that one's going to be icing. That should have been icing, and they waved that off for some reason. Pushed out into the neutral zone where the Spuds have it, and they're going to call roughing on, must be on the Spuds, because they touched the puck glass. This will be the third or fourth power play? Third power play that the Stormhawks have had here at 4:10 of the second period, tied 1-1. Looks like Nickel, Blake Van, and Brandt out there. Brandt's going to take the face-off to Break and Lindell at the point. Face-off is kicked low, controlled by the Spuds, but yanked up the board where it's held in by Tabrake. Tabrake has it. He's going to get it to Nickel. Nickel's going to drive it right in. Shot blocked by the defense. Nickel has it to the middle. Takes a shot. Rebound. No rebound as Blake Van was in there blocking. 3:49. Face off again to the block or the glove side. Puck controlled by the Stormhawks. Up high, Tabrake has it. He's got Nickel. Nickel goes, oh, he tries to hit down low. He misses. Lindell's able to gain it back. Shot right there, tipped on front. Puck is loose. And a minute 20 remains on the power play opportunity. That last one was good. There was a rebound. They just couldn't get an opportunity to bat it in. Got Nutter, McNabb, and Kleva out there, along with Thorpe and Zeltinger. Zeltinger's high. Over to Thorpe on the side. Out high to Zeltinger. Zeltinger's going to walk. Gets it over to Kleva. Kleva to Nutter. Shot off the side of the net. Thorpe goes to Kleva in the corner. Down low to Nutter. Nutter back to Kleva. Hit him. McNabb is in the middle, uncovered at this point. Shot. No rebound. Good low shot, though. Those are the hard ones that you can get maybe a rebound on. 43 seconds remain on the power play. Nutter on the draw. Nutter wins the draw. Back to Kleva. Zeltinger is going to control high in the center slot. Over to Thorpe. Thorpe high to Zeltinger. Takes a shot. Right on. Rebound right there. Nutter swipes at it. McNabb swipes at it. Kleva has it. He's at the high. On the side. Back down to Nutter. Nutter can't handle it. And Moorhead's able to get it. And they're going to ice it down the ice with 11 seconds remaining on the power play. What? .221 remaining in the second. Still tied 1-1. 10 seconds about on the power play. Let's see if Rotunda can win the draw. Puck is just sitting there, and it's picked by the Spuds as they kick it out with their feet. Comes down on Webstead. Webstead's just going to cover it up, and he's going to get a face-off with 2 seconds remaining on the power play advantage for the Stormhawks. Blocker side. Face-off is pushed to the boards. Going to be chipped out and up as Olin Van has his ball. He gets to the Blake Van. Blake Van has him, takes it, and puts it in the net. Nice job. Face-off was one pushed to the side, kicked over, pushed up to the Van. He went in, pulled the guy over slightly, did not wait, got it to his brother. He's able to put it in the net to give the Stormhawks the lead, 2-1. Olin Van gets it, back to Break. Break gets it over to Blake Van. He's trying to get it in. He gets it low, and they're chase. Olin Van's there. Break goes to pinch. He loses it. Oh, there's a big hit. Looked good, though. Rotunda's there. Push to the corner. Someone's got to get there, though. They're letting Moorhead get to it. Seemed like we just slowed down here a little bit. Get the energy. Olin Van gets it to his brother again. He's going to come down to one-on-one. He tries to work it through. He gets right there. They finally call a penalty. They're going to call holding. And the Stormhawks again are going to go on a power play with 1:15. I think that penalty was called because of Mr. Chad Lindell pointed it out to them. Nutter at center along with Grant Nickel out there along with Zeltinger and Thorpe. Thorpe has it down low to Nutter. Brant in front of the net, along with Nutter. Both of them are there. Thorpe tries to get it through to him, can't get it. He loses the battle. They got to help him out. Nutter's there to help. Thorpe still has it. Tries to center it to Brant, just missed him on the inside the slot. 45 seconds remain. Zeltinger's there. Moorhead's not scared to go in deep on that forecheck on the penalty kill. Nickel brings it in. He's going to go deep. He still has control, but they need some help. Off the boards, it's going to be kept in by Zeltinger. And they're calling who? Nickel on a high stick play. And I'll even it up to 4-on-4 for 24 seconds. Must have been a high stick on the boards. I didn't see it. So it'll be 4-on-4 for the remainder of the second period of 24 seconds. Clava out there on the draw. Draw is won by Clava to Lindell. He reverses directions, goes behind Webstead. Webstead's going to get it up to Clava. Clava's got McNabb with him. Clava enters. He does some stick handling, unable to get a shot. Back to the point to Lindell, over to Break. Break takes a shot, wide of the net. Down low. Clava still has it. He might want to fire it as the period ends with the score 2-1 in favor of the Hucks. To start the third for a little while, as both have people in the box on penalties for different things. Moorhead's able to skate it out. He comes out, he's a 1-on-2. He's going to skate, he's going to get around. Shot on Webstead right there, another rebound right there. Boy, it's floating around in the crease. He's able to keep it out. But Spuds had an opportunity there. It's still 4-on-4. Spuds are going to push down low. Lindell there. Spuds take a shot wide of the net. Push down low again. As the Spuds are beating the Stormhawks to the puck. Finally controlled by Lindell. He banks it over to McNabb. McNabb's able to chip it off the boards and out. Spuds are on the power play for about 40 seconds here. They enter the zone. They have the guy in the slot. They can't handle the pass. Now it's a 5-on-4. Spuds try to skate it out front. Unsuccessful. They get it to the point. The point can't handle it, and they have to regroup. As Van's going to pick it from him, and then he's going to be picked. And he gets tripped, and boy, he might have been in the hall alone. We're going to see if they just... Nice hustle by Olin Van there. Blake Van. I can't tell because they tuck their jerseys in. So Blake Van, nice job by him. Puts the Stormhawks again on a power play. Let's see if they can convert on one of these. Thorpe has it. He's on the side. He's got Zeltinger up high. Over to Van. Van turns and fires. Stopped by the goaltender. Out to the point it goes. Full strength for the Stormhawks. Down low. So they've got a minute 30 to go on this power play opportunity. Zeltinger up high. Over to Van on the side. Van slides it. Tried to hit his brother on the backside. Just missed. Blake Van has it. Tries to go all the way across. Thorpe's able to push it, and it's going to be offsides. At 11:51 with a minute 14 remaining in the power play opportunity. Looks like Nickel, Nutter, Brandt out there along with Tabrake and Lindell. Nutter's gonna, draw's gonna be one. Nutter's gonna get it. He's gonna play it to Tabrake. Back to Nutter. Spuds are gonna control it. Still kept in. Oh, Nickel gets a pick from behind as the Spuds skated up. Spuds pushed to the side, try and center it right out in front. See if the Stormhawks can get it set up in the zone. Nickel gets it. He comes through. Shot high above the glass. He still has control. Oh, he centers it right to a Spud. And they got to regroup. They got to set up. It's a power play opportunity. Gets it to Nickel. Nickel's going to come down. He's going to come into the zone. He's going to go low. He's going to dump it to Nutter. Nutter's going to try and get a shot over. On the boards it goes. Brandt out to the point. Back to Brandt. Brandt down low to Nutter. Nutter tries to center it back. Tabrake gets it. Takes a shot wide of the net. Lindell's going to go down deep to pinch. Nutter's there. Nutter still has it. He's going to go across. Nickel's going to keep it in. Back low to Nutter. Nutter can't quite control it, but he's still battling down low for it. Still has it. Gets it out to, oh, tried to get it to Nickel. Shot right there. Off the blocker. To Brandt. Brandt gets it. Oh, shot. Stick checked by the defense. Both teams are at full strength. Down low it goes to Nutter. Nutter centers it back to the point. Zeltinger takes a shot, and it's checked by the stick of the goalie up into the netting at 10:06. Clava, Blake, Van, and McNabb out there. Draw one by the Spuds. Thorpe's going to pinch on the blue line and keep it in. Drives it deep. Spuds try to fling it out. Comes around front to Van. Van tries to get to Clava. Clava spins and pushes it away as the Spuds come back at 2-on-2. They're able to feed the guy in the slot. Push the shot wide of Webstead. Played along the boards. McNabb's going to get it. He's going to try and chip it out. Doesn't get it. Held in at the blue line. As the Spuds nail the guy right in the slot. Webstead got a piece of it. Played along the boards. Van is there along with Clava. It comes back to the point. Point takes a shot. It was tipped, redirected slightly. Clava loses it right in the slot. Gets it. The Spuds still have it. Finally, a little bit of contact. Chipped off the boards, and it's got to get out of the zone, and the Spuds just dump it in deep. Zaltinger's going to have some time. He's going to get it to Thorpe. Thorpe's going to go far side to McNabb. McNabb's going to get it down. He's going to try and hit Kleva. It was behind him. As the Spuds turn it the other way, they try to hit the guy in the slot, intercepted by Rotunda. Rotunda is going to get it up to Nutter. Nutter's got some speed. He's coming in. He's got two guys with him. Gives it to Rotunda. Rotunda has it behind the net. He's pinned up by a Spud. And the Spuds try to come back. Nutter's able to get a stick in there and knock it in deep. Spuds have it in neutral zone. Van has it. Throws it back to the defense to regroup. Tries to hit Nutter on the crossing pass. They're going to wave off icing. Nutter's the first one in there. Comes off the boards funny. Rotunda has it. He gets his stick checked away, but gains it back. Tries to go to Nutter to far side. Nutter has it. Takes a shot. Wide of the net. Lindell pinches down. Van is there. Olin along with Rotunda. Rotunda gives the body contact. Boy, goofy boards there. It's like 3 times it's come right off the glass straight out into the house. As the Spuds come down, it's going to be chipped out of the zone. Nope, played back in. DeBrake's going to have it behind Wibstead. He's going to push it out. Nutter gets a piece of it. Into the neutral zone it goes. And it's going to be offsides, and they let that one go for some reason. Spuds get it. They turn it into the Stormhawk zone, played off the boards. Nickel is going to chase. Spud makes a move on him, tries to get across to the far wing. It's going to go all the way down. They're going to wave off icing on that one. Don't know why. Zeltinger loses his footing behind the net, picked up by the Spuds. Spuds move it around. Far side, they're going to go to the defense. Spuds have it in the corner. They got to get someone on. Stormhawks are there, but the Spuds are just controlling it. Takes a shot off the side of the net of Webshed. And they're going to push it out to Brandt. Brandt's going to go wide. He tries to get it to Nickel. It's off the skate. He's going to hustle back. Push down. And they're going to call a penalty on the Stormhawks for hooking. So the Spuds at 6:03 are going to go on the power play. Spuds win the draw, back to the point. Over to the other point they go, and they're going to drop it down low. Bring it around. It's going to get controlled by the wing on the side. Back up high. Trying to feed the guy up high. They lose it on the side. Battled by McNabb to get there and chip it out. And Clava's going to have a one-on-one. He's looking for something, but really nothing developed. But now they got to get back. Moorhead through the slot as they bypass the shot to set up. He's going to take a shot off the skate of Lindell. Up high. They have it on the side. Shot. Webstead makes the pad save. Centered right out front. Puck is loose, and McNabb's able to get it out of the zone. And they got to regroup. They got to get out there. As the Spuds turn it right back around. Spuds are controlling it on the side. And now that it looks like the Stormhawks are at least in their zone. They tried to hit the back door, unsuccessful. Lindell's able to chip it out of the zone and all the way down the ice. No icing. And Nutter's able to drop it down behind the Spuds net. 27 seconds remaining on the man advantage for the Spuds. As the Spuds come out, they hit the guy in the center. It's a 2-on-2. They drop it in the slot. They're going to move it through, try to get through Wimstead. He gets a leg on it. Someone right out in front. Great save. They fed the Spud right out front. And Wimstead makes a glove save. And he even got a pat on the back from the Spud about the save. He was fed right out in front, and he made the save of the game at that point. 4-12. Face off to the blocker side. 8 seconds remaining on the power play advantage. Spuds are going to get it, takes a shot, and it's tipped in. So the man out in front was able to get it. It looked like the puck was raising high, and the Spuds are able to tie it 4-4. So tie game 2-2 at 4:05. The Spuds knew they only had a short time on that power play, and they made it count. Van's able to come through. He's trying to get it through, and it's right on the Spud, and he covers up.
Come on, Black, you gotta get one. Let's go.
Scoring for Moorhead on the power play, number 15, Donovan Moline.
Face off to the glove side of the Moorhead Spud.
Time of the goal, 9:55. Moline
On the boards it goes. The Spuds are going to come out. They're going to drive. Good stick by Zeltinger, enough to get it blocked away. Van is there. He's going to get it up to Nutter. Nope. Gets caught on the official. Van has it. Olin Van has it. He's going to push it to the boards. Right in front to Nutter. Nutter's got it. Takes a shot. Van's there. He takes a shot. Van's on it. And the Spuds are able to come out. Great opportunity there. Spuds come in deep. It's going to be knocked out. And it's going to go. There's a 2-on-1. Van and Nutter over to Nutter. Nutter takes a backhand high above the net. Lindell's there. Push down low. Nickel chases. Causes some body contact down there. High off the boards and out of play. It'll be a face-off inside the Spud zone at 2:51. Blake, Van, Nickel, Brandt out there along with Lindell and to break at the point. Face-off is controlled by the Spuds. They bank it off the boards. Can't keep the zone as to break. Picked up by Brandt. Brandt's loses an edge by Moorhead. Takes it down. To break is there along the boards. The pinch. We got to get some help. It's a 2-on-1 at this point. Brandt's able to get it out. He's got the... Oh, there's a penalty. Head contact or roughing, and the Stormhawks again will go on the power play at 2:20 of the game. He had Van, I believe, in the center ice, and they're going to go on the power play, see if they can finish one off here. I don't think we've scored on the power play yet, have we? No, we haven't scored yet on the power play. So inside the zone. Nickel on the draw, down low to the Spuds, but Nickel's can control on the wall. Nickel has time. Spuds aren't chasing. Up high to Zeltinger. Over to Thorpe. Thorpe gets it to Brandt. Brandt has it down low. Out to Zeltinger. Over to Nickel. Up high. Shot out in front. Puck is loose. Chips. Van has it. Gets it to Thorpe. They got to get someone in front. And Van gets taken down. Brandt behind the net. Out to Zeltinger. Zeltinger takes a shot. Doesn't quite make it through. And now they got a race for it. Minute 6 left in the power play opportunity. Nickel has it. Hits Thorpe in the slot. Nickel has it. He's going to go high to Nutter. Nutter back to Nickel. They got to get set up. They're pretty compact. McNabb's on front. Spins around. And it gets caught in the goaltender's gear. 42 seconds remain in the man advantage for the Stormhawks. 2-2 tie at this point. Nutter, McNabb, Clave out there along with Lindell and Tabrake. Controlled back to Tabrake.
1 minute remaining period, 1 minute.
Clave has it. Down low to Nutter.
Somebody in front of the net.
Yep. Clave has it. Back to Tabrake. Clave has it. Goes to Nutter. He's looking. Lindell was sprinting. Tabrake has it up high over to Lindell. Back to Tabrake. Clave has got it. Takes his shot. Pad save, and the net came off its bearings. So 9 seconds remain on the power play opportunity. 29 seconds remain in the game. Nutter on the draw. Controlled by the Spuds. They're going to ring it around. It's going to stay in the zone. Clave is able to keep it in, but knocks it low. Spuds are going to ring it again. This time it's going to make it all the way out. Tabrake's going to get it. Full strength for Moorhead. 10 seconds remaining. He's going to get it up to Nutter. Nutter's going to try and center it to McNabb. McNabb's just got to turn and shoot. Takes a shot. Tipped above the net. And the game is going to end in a 2-2 tie unless they do something due to tournament play. Go for it. 4-minute overtime period. It's going to be 4-on-3 due to the Stormhawks having a penalty at the end of regular play. Slash by Clava. So Moorhead's on the power play for 2 minutes into the overtime period. 4-on-3. Overtime's played 4-on-4 usually. Moorhead has it up high. They're going to hit the guy from the side, takes a shot. Instead of save. Push to the boards, down low. Moorhead still has it. He has it in the slot. Takes a shot, wide of the net. Tabrake gets it. He's able to push it all the way down the ice. it'll be icing, but that'll kill a couple seconds on the clock. And it's running time, so that's even better. So running time in the overtime, so that's taking precious seconds off the clock. They've wasted a good 20 seconds, easily. Face off, they have about a minute left on the power play. Moorhead gets it. They move it up high. Rotunda's out there at high, along with Zeltinger and Thorpe and Tabrake. Rotunda's there. He loses an edge. Moorhead comes back. Into the zone they come. They make a move. They try and get it through. Chip to the boards. As Moorhead regroups, settles down. Up high. They have it. Off the skate of Rotunda. Into the corner it goes. Looking to feed that point. Number 16 more than likely. To the side it goes, over to number 8. Number 8 tries to one time, he can't get all of it. They push it out. They go to the side. Down low it is. Up high to the point. Over to the side. Takes a shot. Weedstead's right there. And he's going to cover it up, and that ends the power play. As clock continues to run, only a minute 50 and counting, as we get a draw to Weedstead club side. Who we got there? Van on the draw. Get picked up by Kleva. Kleva's going to skate out. He's going to push it into the zone. Tries to get it through. Can't get it through. Van has it. Drop back to Tabrake. Tabrake's going to dump it low. Let's see if we can get some shots. Down low, Moorhead's going to control. They chip it off the boards. They're going to go for the home run. They got a piece of it. They're going to come in. Tries to center it out in front. Jumps in front of the creep by Wibstead, but Moorhead's there to battle. They still gain control. They got to ride him out. Takes a shot off the side of the net. Tabrake's there. He's going to skate it out. He's going to skate it down the ice. Tries to go low. He's ridden off by Moorhead Spud. Spud's going to push it down to the side. Van's going to pinch. He's going to draw it off the boards. Tries to center it. No one's there. 20 seconds remaining in the game. Over to Thorpe. Thorpe has it. He comes in. Thorpe's there. Spins around. As Moorhead's going to try and skate it back. Back check. Dropped on the boards. And that's going to be the game. Shootout, I guess we're going to. I'll get one of these right. And we're going to go to a 3-man shootout, 5-man shootout, 3-man shootout, it looks like, to settle this game. Coach Abbin's still talking to him. It looks like Nutter's going to be the first for the Stormhawks. Nutter takes the puck at center ice. He comes down to the bench side. Comes through, takes a shot. Tried to go, I believe, 5-hole, and it's saved by the Moorhead Spud goalie. And now it's Moorhead's turn to go on Webstead. Moorhead gathers it. He goes bench side as well, kind of right down the middle. Comes through. Webstead, and he's able to beat him. Hold to the left, came back to the right, and was able to backhand it in. And that puts Moorhead up by 1 in the shootout.
So Wyatt.
Clave is the next shooter for the Stormhawks. He's going to pick it up. He's going to come to his left. He comes through nice and slow, takes a shot, and a pad save by the Moorhead goalie. Moorhead has a chance to finish it off here with a goal. Moorhead's going to come down. See how Webstead does? He comes far out of the crease. He comes down on the side, comes to the middle. Doing a lot of stick handling. He's able to put it upper corner, and Moorhead wins in the shootout. 2-1. No need for a third one. So again, after a good game, solid game, the Stormhawks lose to the Spuds 3-2 in an overtime shootout.